the national, and it's free to get in. So only parts of it you have to pay for. Sometimes the Mantegna, Bellini here, but 2,500 paintings in these here. So National Gallery behind it, another gallery, the National Portrait Gallery, just faces. That's another one with a beautiful restaurant on top. And inside there is a view of a seat for the Queen Elizabeth. Here is a man, I put you here because I want you to not get blinded. A man on top, that's Nelson, Admiral Horatio Lawton, who defeated the Spanish and French fleet at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. We helped them in the Second World War and push away the Germans. So, of course, where do the best trees come from? Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden. So this is their gift to us.
Montage! Mommy? Welcome to Piccadilly Square. If only our hands were as warm as a heart. Hi, Mommy. Hi. Mumbai to London, yes. So this tree was gifted to London by the people of Norway. Mommy. Welcome to the streets of London. Wow, who's the YouTuber? I am the YouTuber. The cliched cobblestones and the cliched red bus. Mami, अजून स्वित्झर्लंडला जायचंय. आत्ताच गारटलीस तू. मग नाकाला मफलर शिवायचा. इकडे बघायचं. You don't seem so dandy. It's nice. It's actually nice. It's not that bad.
That's right, yes, that's right, 1867. So we go around one more time, and you came down through Piccadilly Circus. Maybe you saw a big angel in the middle. That's the angel of Christian charity, and it was erected to a gentleman called Lord Shaftesbury, who gave a lot of money to the poor people in at the time. Worn around the necks of English ladies and gentlemen. Piccadilly, big rough collar. And the most of the shops that made them were in that street. So we call the street Piccadilly. The corner in front of us is a mythical creature from Syria was. But there are still these in the British Museum. We have these winged beasts as well. But that's the reason it's here. So we remember that. Also, we have the two fountains installed at the same time as the column in 1852. So it's been here over 150 years. And we like to gather here. This is where we would celebrate New Year. I remember that. Yes, when I had one too many orange juices. And I fell into the water there with the ducks. But anyway, now too cold to swim. But in the summer we had a very hot summer. For us, very hot is about 32. For you, not hot. Cold in India, yeah? 40, 45. But for us, but now this is the normal temperature now. But maybe again we will have a 3 month. People often ask, Ross, where is the centre of London? You know, where is it? Piccadilly. The centre of London is where you see the man on the horse here on the right. All distances are measured from this man, and that's Charles I. And all the way down on the right through there, can you just see it there? Buckingham Palace. We're going to go there. Even though the Queen's not there, we need to take you. So let's see what's going on. We come into Whitehall here. Whitehall is the centre of government in the UK. And normally here, in 3 minutes time, let's just see what's going on. On the right hand side, we will see we can see, and they'll come into these areas here on the right hand side. There are 2 horse boxes. We have 2 regiments, the Life Guards and the Blues and Royals. And ironically, they have to be guarded. They have to be guarded by the police. There are people inside there looking in a moment. I'm just trying to see whether they'll come out. The police are waiting. But just on the right there, can you see the people just here further back? He's not out. He's going to come through there. Those 2 horses will come into those horse boxes in 1 minute at 9:59. Assuming that's the correct. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Greg's got his clocks all sorted here inside. 9:59. Here on the right hand side are various offices. This is the Cabinet Office. The controlling people of the government are here on the right in this building. The people who work with the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister is called Theresa. Pick any month. Any month you like. May, good idea, yes. You could have April, May, you could have had June, July, but we'll have May. And she resides in Downing Street, here on the right. Can you see through the black gates? Here's Downing Street, sir. Yes, SW1. Downing Street, Southwest 1, Central London. Look down to the right, and then on the right-hand side, a black building with the Christmas tree outside there. It's a very interesting time in the British politics at the moment. Very, very interesting. I won't go into it. Too confusing. What we're going to do, Greg, is turn right here round the square, and we're going towards Tothill Street, and we'll see what we can do from Tothill Street. But because we want to park there, as we come into the square, we look up and to the left, and we see a big tower, and behind the tower, or the scaffolding is the tower, and in the tower is a bell. Look, Prashant wants me to show you Bapu. Who's Bapu?
Bapu.
Mahatma. Yes, I can see him. There's a man sitting down, and he's wearing his little shawl. He's got his little round glasses, and we put him up especially for you. He's here in the middle of this square, which is Parliament Square, and he's not alone, because he's also with a famous South African president, Nelson Mandela. So we have one Nelson behind us in Trafalgar Square and another Nelson here. We've got 2 Nelsons for the price of 1. Here on the left, of course, not so. It's full of MPs, politicians creating enough hot air, like it is in Delhi, yes? Lots of hot air. The Supreme Court on the right, but we're going to ask Greg to hopefully find a parking. And this is where, on the right-hand side, the first meeting of the United Nations took place in 1946. This is where our present Queen, Elizabeth, was crowned on June the 6th, June the 2nd, 1953. She received the news of the death of her father, George VI, the year before, in 1952, February the 6th. The moment he died, she became Queen. So for us, the important day is not the day of the coronation, but the day when she became Queen, February the 6th. So we wait until next year, 2019, and she became Queen 52-19. So she will be 67 years on the throne. No other king or queen in the whole history. And we have a history that goes back 2,000 years. She is the longest and the oldest. So here inside here are a couple of other, two Charleses, both with the surname D. So a famous Victorian author. Say Dickens, sir.
Charles Dickens.
Correct, sir. Yes, Charles Dickens. Well done. Very good. Our Dickens expert, Charles Dickens. Also, theory of evolution. Livingston is inside there, who named some waterfalls after the Queen in Victoria. The falls, Victoria Falls.
Oh, all right.
And Livingston is buried here as well.
All right.
We also have the ashes of a very famous actor called Laurence Olivier. For us, he's a very well-known actor, but his ashes are interred in there. We also have in May this year, a very famous, a wheelchair-bound scientist.
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking, correct. He is also interred, not buried. Ashes only. We have other kings and queens inside. Henry III, Henry V, and Henry VII, the father of Henry VIII. They're buried here. Mary, Bloody Mary. She put a lot of people to death by burning them at the stake.
Yeah.
And her half-sister, Elizabeth I, is buried here. The cousin of Elizabeth is also another Mary, Mary Queen of Scots. And that Mary Queen of Scots had a son who would go on to become king, James I. So we're going to cross here, folks. This is a chair here. That's Abe Lincoln.
this video, guys. I'll make sure I'll make a part 2 of this video where we walk towards the Buckingham Palace. If you have loved this video or if you have any suggestions, please comment below in the comment box. If you have liked this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you have absolutely loved it, please hit the like button. And to follow my videos, please press the bell icon.